Welcome, beautiful souls. Today, I want to have a chat about energy, fear based energy, your subconscious belief patterns, and how this journey is ultimately about learning about yourself as a soul at a very, very deep energetic level. So, welcome. I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. Okay, when we are first activated on this journey, we've met this other body and we've had soul recognition. And what's happening at that time is that our soul is having resonance of the same soul frequency in another body, but it's at the other end of the spectrum, right? So it's the opposite polarity essentially. It's the way we are created. We are created in pairs, and we have to incarnate in two physical bodies in this planet because we operate under a system of the 7 Hermetic principles, which is all based around duality. What is the purpose of this journey? The purpose of this journey is to bring you back into harmony and balance and into your, as close to as you can get, to your true vibrational state of being. And it is in this natural state of being that you start to attract and magnetize in. Your true natural state of being is not one of fear. It is one of love, and it is a frequency. It's a higher frequency. And it's to bring you into this beautiful, balanced self. And then everything gets reflected back to you in the 3D, in the form of abundance, in the form of new job opportunities, the twin flame, friendships. Equally, it will remove things that are no longer in resonance with your frequency as you are shifting. So you will always be shifting. This journey is not, right, this is the twin flame journey and great, I've got the twin next to me now, then that's the end point. Not at all. When you've got the twin flame with you in the physical, you've balanced out that compartment of your fear-based energy, okay? You're not in fear of them coming and going and triggering you, and you're not in fear of any of that anymore. You're in that beautiful frequency of unconditional love. But you will still have other things that you will be working on. And it's again just balancing and, well, it's just always aligning. You're always aligning closer to your soul frequency. And the more you align to that, the more soul will bring in things that are in resonance with that frequency, but you will be shifting frequency. This is the first step of your ascension, so you're not going to come into full ascension. That's not the plan. That is not the plan on this journey. The plan is to bring yourself into balance, have your inner masculine and feminine energies working in unison with each other. And then, of course, where the twin flame's concerned, you then become the embodiment of that feminine polarity, and they're the embodiment of the masculine polarity. So the main message I want to get across here is this is not about the relationship with the twin flame. I need to get that really, really clear. It's about your relationship with your soul and getting to know yourself at a very deep energetic level. And the facts are, or the reality is, that we are unable to do that without not having that reflection there for us, that exact reflection. So yes, everyone else in our life that we interact with on a day-to-day basis is mirroring things to us, but your twin is the identical mirror. They're going to mirror everything that's in those subconscious belief patterns. So when that fear, the fear has all been heightened and activated at a whole nother level, right? And it needs to get loud and it needs to scream. And I know it's very uncomfortable, but if it didn't happen and you also didn't have that big mind activation and you didn't have this other body reflecting things to you, whether they're doing that in the physical or energetically, because it all happens both, you just wouldn't shift. I mean, you wouldn't be on this journey, right? You wouldn't be awake. And what are you awakening to? You are awakening to all the behaviors and patterns, energetic patterns, that have held you back, that have kept you stuck in limitation and lack. And this is where I want to segue to. So let's talk about limitation and lack and finances, for an example. So I won't deep dive into too much about a personal experience that just happened just very recently, but I would like to say this. The general matrix, I guess, or general society is living in fear-based energy, unless you've been awakened on this journey. You're in fear-based energy, and we don't know. We don't realize we are. We're honestly operating from this human body and our mind and programming. That programming is coming from family members, lineage, ancestral, just general societal stuff that's out there. And people are just literally operating like robots, and they have no idea that they're operating like robots. And what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? So, I have some amazing people in my life, but they are super focused on money. And when we're super focused on controlling money, so how are we super focused on controlling money? And these are people, by the way, that have plenty of money. So money's not actually the issue, but they are still in fear-based energy. Why? Because they're constantly focused on it. They are so focused on it that it becomes their driving force. It's their driving conversation. It's, you'll see, like, you'll be interacting at I don't know, functions, family things, and like people talk about investment and how much, what percentage are you getting here? What's your mortgage interest rate? What's the property market doing? What's the OCR doing? Like, what's the banks doing? It's all fear. It's keeping you stuck and limited. It's saying that I am only limited within these constraints, right? So it's saying that whatever is going on in the political world dictates what happens to me in my day-to-day life, and people are buying into this bullshit. And that's what it is. Sounds really blunt, but they're buying into the bullshit, and it's a perpetual cycle. And people are unaware of this, right? And I was definitely one of them. I was absolutely one of those people, but I've been awakened. And so now I want to have a voice and I want to help people. But when you just be the observer of people around you. It's not a judgment, it's the observer. And the reason why I want to speak to this is because I want to encourage people to be the observer and then apply that back to you. It's really, you learn a lot by being the observer. So when we're constantly like going, wow, this is the bank's rules and regulations, and this is what the interest rates are, and this is what I will get on my property, and no, I won't sell it until the market shifts. And like, honestly, there is every fear-based reason why people don't move on things, and I'm here to tell you that it is just a load of rubbish. That is saying that I am a limited being. And the beautiful gift that you've been given on this journey is you are going to come into resonance that you are not limited. You are limitless, and your soul is naturally abundant. The universe is naturally abundant. It was created from a space of energetic abundance, of limitless potential. It wasn't created from a space of let's look at the interest rates and let's see what the bank's doing and let's not do anything until the next election's happened. That's scaremongering. That's truly what it is. That is not how, if we want to use the word God, source, created this planet, because it would be a bit sad, right? That is not how this was created. And you are going to come into resonance that you are the creator of your reality. And as you make these big energetic shifts, you're going to have these aha moments. Now, at the beginning of this journey, it's very common for finances to turn into a complete shit show, and mine definitely did. And I was on the back end of myself big time. And what I can say to you is when you start getting your focus off the 3D of everything, and you start coming in and getting to know you at the level of energy, getting to know yourself at a deep energetic level. And this is why you have this reflection happening. So you can see the energy, you can see it rise and fall, rise and fall. You can see how to harness it and learn to balance it. And as you shift frequencies, what you'll find is that your money will start to shift, your abundance will start to shift. Now, it will be, from a personal experience, it will come slowly, but then it starts to really speed up because your energy is, although it feels like you're slowing down energetically, you're actually vibrating at a much higher frequency and you're manifesting a lot faster because you're not in all the density. You're not listening to the politicians. You're not watching the news. You're not scrolling through Facebook. You're not bothered about what's playing out in those areas because you know it's a load of crap. And it's just keeping you in fear and lack. And I can tell you, I've got some amazing people in my life that have got lots of money, but they sit in limitation and lack, and they are very focused on all of the above that I was talking about. But let me be very clear about one thing. If that all fell away, their whole identity would crash with it. And this is the magic of this journey, as you're going to come into a beautiful space where once you're really abundant, the universe, there's no going backwards. You're ascending on this journey. So the universe is going to bring in abundance and opportunities and new friendships and all these beautiful things that are in resonance with your new frequency. But you won't be attached to them, because the closer you come into alignment with soul, the less attached you are to the physical realm. The less attached you are to things like money, material things. Yes, you will enjoy them, and you'll there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not attached to it. Your world's not going to fall over, and you're not going to be almost crippled by it if you lose something. I don't know, you lose some jewelry, for an example. It's not gonna freak you out. You'll just be like, whatever. And that's the funny thing on this journey, is that we actually start removing physical things out of our life that no longer resonate. I know for me, and I've talked openly about this, I've changed so much in my home. I've got rid of literally any jewelry that was associated with my lower version of Kathleen. I literally took it to a pawn shop. Never done that in my life. It was the funniest thing I've ever done. And I just didn't even care. I was just like, just take it. Don't even care what money I get. Just take it. I just don't need the energy in my home anymore. And you just release it. You realize it's just all material stuff and it's irrelevant to you, because your state of being is more important. Your balanced energy is more important to you than all that other stuff. And that's where the paradox is, because that's when it all starts to flow in towards you. So I guess I wanted to just do this video. It's not necessarily based on twin flames, this is just part of what happens on this journey, but just in general. And I guess this other part to this is that your subconscious patterning, right? So if your subconscious patterning and your belief and your programming around money, for an example, is that you've got to have X amount of money in the bank to retire, for an example. You must make sure that you've paid off your mortgage by, I don't know, a certain year birthday year, that you've got to save X amount of dollars per week. What I would say to you is that is all lack and limitation, because where's your focus? It's on the money. It's on the material aspect of the money. It's lack. I'm putting money aside for a rainy day. Now, I'm not suggesting we don't do those things, because yes, we should, but don't make that your focus. Your focus should be, I'm abundant. I'm living in the present moment. I am living in the now. Yes, I'm putting money aside because I can hold this money frequency, but I'm equally capable of spending it and bringing joy into my life, and whatever that looks like for me. And there is nothing wrong with that, okay? We are here having a human experience. And soul will bring in through the energetic resonance new opportunities, new abundance for you, new clients, or new jobs, any of that kind of stuff. But whatever you stay focused on the money and the lack of, or I'm trying to grow more, it's either of the spectrum is in fear-based energy. Because you don't need to focus on money on this journey. What you need to focus on is your natural state of being, and the rest will just naturally unfold. You're here to be the experiencer, to expand, evolve, and grow. That's what your soul wants. Your soul wants you to expand and grow. It wants to bring an abundance for you because it knows it's naturally abundant, but we've been stuck in this heavy, dense programming. And so we're rising out of it. We're not focusing on the material anymore. We're focusing on our energy, and everything becomes about our energy. And, you know, the material world is something that you get to play in, but you're not driven by it. You're not in the ego about it in such a heavy way, not in this lack and fear-based energy way. Those subconscious patterns that have come through lineage and all this kind of stuff, the patriarchy, all that kind of stuff is going to go on this planet, and we are just part of the process of bringing the new way in, bringing in the fact that we are abundant and we can be the creators of our life and what lifestyle that we want to bring. You know, I can honestly tell you this journey has been the most amazing gift that has ever happened to me. And yes, it's been not easy. We know it's not easy, right? Until it is. And, you know, you feel amazing. You get to create this entirely new lifestyle for yourself. And although it feels early on that it's quite hard and it's scary to let go of some things, you know, I've let go of my whole old life. Like, I made drastic, bold moves on my journey, and they were scary. And I was doing it on my own, and I was doing it anyway because I knew I did not want to stay stuck in that cycle that I'd been in. So, you know, sometimes we've got to make those bold moves. But the beautiful thing I want to reassure you is your soul is guiding you. Even if you're literally crapping yourself on the journey at the beginning when you're making those bold moves, because I definitely was, you know, giving up a big high-paying job, selling my home. You know, I walked away from my home for a period of time, and I had a boarder in there, and I navigated what I wanted to do, and then eventually, obviously, I made the decision to sell it. But this is the thing. Soon as you make those decisions, they happen and unfold really easily for you. And that is how soul works, peacefully. It's just a beautiful frequency, and it just flows. Not in this noisy, fear-based energy way where we're all chaotic and, you know, panicking. So I guess I just wanted to encourage everybody that your subconscious patterning at an energetic level is why you're going through this journey, so you can see it for what it is, see the truth of it, and go, where has this come from? Where's this belief pattern come from that I must have, you know, a freehold home by this date? You know, that's just somebody else's belief pattern that you've picked up on. And what I would say to everybody is, when you're making these bold decisions on this journey, it's really important not to involve too many people, because they won't get it. And you'll just pick up on their fear-based energy, and you don't need to. Your soul is guiding you. It's nudging you forward to be in alignment with your true self. And it is scary, but I can promise you, when you really learn to do the energetic work, which is what I help you through my Ascension to Union Masterclass, and you get ample of support in the membership. And in that membership, when I say you get lots of support, you get lots of support. You get to private message me. I help people balance when the twin flame's coming back in, and I equally help people come into soul purpose. I'm going to be extending those soul purpose sessions to things like applying for jobs and CVs and things like that, because your soul purpose is not necessarily a business that you're going to do. It could be something in the corporate world or a new job you want. And I want to help people. I'm going to merge my 3D experience in this space with my intuitive abilities and the energetic, and teaching or mentoring, I guess is probably a better word, people to look at the energy, look at their energy when they're going into interviews, look at the energy of the company where you're applying for jobs. So that's what my membership's all about. There's that beautiful membership is evolving and expanding all the time. But equally, I spend a lot of time just really helping people see their fear-based energy, how to balance it out, and definitely what to do when the twin comes in. That's where I support people in there, because you can private message me in there. That's what that support group and that system is all about. And that does come with the Ascension to Union Masterclass. So, there's a wealth of knowledge in there. This will either resonate or it won't resonate, entirely up to you. But yeah, you have lots of support in there. But ultimately, my purpose here is to help people see the truth of this journey, that you must come inwards. You must cultivate a connection with your soul. And this is about you. This is you as the soul, right? The soul experiencing itself. And that's why we have this other beautiful reflection. And the first part of this journey is clearing all that fear, and that will get reflected. And then when you start coming into this other frequency, your true vibrational frequency, that will get reflected. So, it is ultimately a journey that's happening for you. It is about you coming into resonance, that you're coming into union with self first, and then everything gets reflected in the physical world in the form of the twin, the new home, the new city, the new friend, etc. Anyway, you know where to find me. As always, sending so much love.